Hey guys, Brian the Shaving Geek here with another episode of my shave of the day. I had a great shave today. I actually had a little bit of extra time on hand to really be able to enjoy my shave. My wife and son are out of town for the weekend, or actually yesterday and today. They'll be back this evening. And so I was really able to just really sit back and relax and enjoy the ride, so to speak. And so I was able to do something I've been hinting at for the last several days, probably about the last week, with regards to comparing the Nathan Clark Ubersoft knot and the Anthony MacKenzie Miami Sunrise knot. Also was able to use a new soap. I still have the Blackbeard shaving soap pass around, the third one of those. Used the third soap from that. Used the third aftershave out of the Folsom Co pass around that I have. And I got in one more shave with the Dovo Shavette before I give it back to Ronnie Greer. So excited to tell you about all of that. So let's get right down to it. So the battle of the brushes and the right hand. No, you won't go there. So this is the Anthony MacKenzie Sunrise knot. It's a 24 millimeter knot in a Ever-Ready 150 handle. And this has been weighted. Now this is the Nathan Clark Ubersoft. I believe it's a 20, but it might be a 22 millimeter knot. Thomas Burgess couldn't remember when I contacted him about it. And then this is also an Ever-Ready 150 handle. So how did I compare them? Well, what I did is I lathered. Both of these were loaded for about 20 seconds. Loaded the soap 20 seconds into both. First pass, I lathered the right side with the Anthony MacKenzie knot, and I lathered the left side with the Nathan Clark Ubersoft knot. And just because some people might ask, I don't know if it really matters, but I used my right hand on both times. With both brushes. Then on the next pass, swapped hands, Nathan Clark on the right, and then the Anthony MacKenzie on the left. Third pass, what I did is I used both hands this time, and my right hand is definitely my dominant hand. I joked that I could cut my left hand off and probably not miss it. But anyhow, so I lathered with both and then switched hands and lathered with both just to get a feel of both brushes on the face. So how did things turn out? Well, this does have more scritch than this. But having said that, as I compared these two side by side, I noticed that this does have a tad bit of scritch that I'd never noticed before. This is still a little bit more than the Nathan Clark, but it wasn't as bad or as much as maybe what I had been thinking when I was using this brush by itself. So the edge possibly to the Nathan Clark, but it was not much of an edge. As far as backbone, both of these have incredible backbone, and the feel is definitely very similar. They both lathered the soap very easily. There was no differences between consistency on either side of my face. They both the soap lathered very, very well, and it felt very similar again, both sides of the face. The Anthony MacKenzie actually felt more luxurious to me on the face. It seems to be a little bit more of a dense knot than the Anthony MacKenzie, and it just felt more, it just had a more luxurious feel to me. And that's funny because when I was using it by itself, I kind of felt like it felt synthetic to me. And I didn't ever remember the Ubersoft really feeling synthetic. And I don't know how to explain other than just to call it that it felt synthetic. But when I put these both on my face and I felt them side by side, this felt more luxurious on my face than this did. Now, again, this is a 24 millimeter knot, and this is either a 20 or a 22 millimeter knot. Thomas Burgess couldn't remember on that. And so that may be the difference. If this was a 24 millimeter knot, would it feel more luxurious on my face? I don't know. I'm curious now, and I may go looking for a 24 millimeter Ubersoft knot if there is such a thing, and then stack them up side by side. But when you look at these knots, you can just definitely see these have both been drying for about the same amount of time. And you can just see that this just seems to be denser than this. Now, again, yes, this is a 20 millimeter knot. This a 20 or a 22, and this is a 24. That's probably making the difference. But, I mean, it is what it is. To me, this just feels nicer on the face from that perspective. So, which one came out on top? Quite frankly, and this is kind of a cop-out, probably, but right now, for me, I like them both the same. There's certain things about this, a little less scritch, that I like better than this, but I love the luxurious feel of this, the denseness of the knot on the face. And so right now, what's going to be interesting is over the next several weeks to see which brush I reach for more. And that's probably going to be the determining factor as far as which brush is at the top of the heap in my den. The thing that I like a little bit better about this brush, and it has nothing at all to do with the knot, but it's the fact that the handle is weighted. And that just really provides a real nice feel in the hand over this, which just has got a lighter feel. Nothing wrong with that, but I just really enjoy that added heft to this handle. So right now, very happy with this Anthony MacKenzie Sunrise knot. Very happy with this Nathan Clark Ubersoft knot. And so if you're in the market for a synthetic knot, I would highly recommend you check out Anthony MacKenzie and give his knots a shot. A Mac for Shaving is his Etsy store, I believe. If that doesn't get you there, just go to Etsy and search for Miami Sunrise, Miami Lights, and it will get you where you need to be. But again, so far for me, I'm thinking that this may, I don't know. Right now it's too close to call, but this has a good shot of taking number one in my den. Very happy with it. So, and one of the other things too, if you put these side by side, you definitely can see that this one is set at a little bit higher loft than this. He's got the set maybe a little deeper, so that may contribute to the feel. I don't know. All I know is how it felt on the face, and I really enjoyed both of them. So on to, we're 7.5 minutes in, and I haven't talked about anything else yet. So let's go on to the soap. To the soap. Blackbeard shaving soap. You know I'm a huge fan of this stuff. Kelly Hogan is really working on improving himself, upping his game, and I know that the packaging has been changed somewhat. He's getting away from the tins and going to the plastic tubs. In fact, I believe there's one on the way for me to take a look at. So I'm not going to talk about that. He's really addressed those issues, and I give him 2 thumbs up for that. The performance of this soap is just great. It loads and lathers easily. It's a little bit of a softer soap, but it just, it loads and lathers and performs very well to me. This scent is excellent. I love it. Whew. Oh, it's just so nice. It's to me, it's a bit of an aquatic scent, very much like LMR. The scent description that Kelly has on his website is tall grasses and sage with hints of lime and pepper. And it's just nice and fresh and clean and I don't know, did I give you the name? It's Castaway if I didn't give you that. And it's just great stuff. Whew. And the scent strength on this is, again, it's one that I would like to see bumped up maybe a notch, maybe 2, but it's actually pretty nice. But, for me, I would always like it stronger, but, I mean, I pick it up out of the tin, and it's, whoo, oh my goodness, it's just nice. It's nice and fresh and clean, and it just smells great. So, man, I have been so impressed with Kelly's scent range. Every one of his soaps that I tried, I liked the scent, and that is a first for an artisan for me. Yeah, anyhow, 2 thumbs up on that. So for my razor today, I got in one more shave with this Dovo Shavette. Ronnie Greer lent this to me several months ago, and I used it with the longer blade that goes in this adapter here, the longer blade, and it was okay. It wasn't anything crazy I wasn't really crazy about it, but it was just okay, and I enjoyed using it. I was glad to try it, but was it something I was going to go out and buy based on that? No. And so then I kind of put it off to the side, and I got caught up doing other things and trying other products, and I just hadn't gotten around to using this again. But before I sent it back to Ronnie, I wanted to give it a try because this adapter here takes a DE blade that's been snapped. And so I really wanted to try it with a DE blade before I sent it back. And man, what a difference that made. I had this loaded with an Astra Blade because Astras are blades that I really, really enjoy. And Ronnie had sent a Derby Professional blade over with it, but I really wanted to go with a blade that I know that I love. And so I went with the Astra. And my goodness, I hadn't shaved, I don't believe, since Wednesday. I know, shame on me. But I hadn't shaved, I don't believe, since Wednesday. So I had 3-4 days worth of growth. And this just mowed through it, and mowed through it very comfortably. When I use a DE after I've not shaved for 3 or 4 days, it doesn't matter what razor I use, what blade combination I use, I always get a little bit of tugging and pulling. And this was just smooth and comfortable, and it just felt great. Now, one of the things that I have gotten with this, with both the Shavette, or I'm sorry, the regular Shavette, the longer blades, and with this, is I did get a little bit of razor burn. Now, it doesn't really burn, but I just got some, you can see right there, redness, some irritation on my upper lip. And I didn't feel it when I was shaving, and it didn't hurt, but it's there. And I've gotten that when I've used this every time. So just a little bit there. I did nick myself a little bit down here underneath to this side of my chin. But other than that, I mean, 3 passes and it was just great. So, am I going to buy a Dovo Shavette based on this? I'm going to consider it. I was very impressed, and I've really, really enjoyed it. So I think that's something that's going on the wish list. I wanted to get the shave in because I am going to be meeting up with Ronnie for lunch here in a little bit, and so I figured I'll go ahead and give him back this razor. But wanted to get in that shave, and boy, am I glad I did. And now I'm regretting that I didn't do a few more shaves before getting it back to him. So to wrap things up, I used Folsom Co, Capri, and this stuff is just great. Whew, oh my goodness, I love this. And really, the feel of this on the face is great. It's got just the perfect amount of menthol, so it really cools you down. But the scent description on this is, what did he say? Sweet lemon and lavender with hints of rosemary and rose. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful fragrance. Whew, oh, it's just good stuff. And so I really enjoyed Folsom Co. I've got one more aftershave, the Shambhala, I guess, Shambhala to try. And then that will be going out in the mail on Monday, as will the Blackbeard shaving soap pass around. So, wonderful shave today. I know my video has gone a little bit long today, but I really enjoyed all of this. Really happy with both of those brushes, both of those knots. It was just a wonderful shave from start to finish, and I just was able to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride today. So, this is Brian the Shaving Geek reporting live from my shave den, wishing you a lifetime of happy shaves. Have a great day, everybody.